Hello, my name is Bird. I'm okay, and welcome back to Gizzmas 2025, Day 9, as we continue our journey through the Bandcamp discography of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Today's project is the 8th album on their Bandcamp, Nonagon Infinity. Today's album brings us back to the 29th of May 2016 with 9 tracks totaling 41 minutes 45 seconds. Although, depending on who you ask, this album really never truly ends. I think that if you were to sample 100 King Giz fans, a good majority of them would pick this album as their favorite, and I have absolutely no trouble seeing why. Heart-stomping riffs, ear-blasting production, time signatures changing all over the place. Not to mention the seamless transition from track to track, this album just really has a hard time missing. Spoilers for tomorrow though, this isn't my personal favorite Giz album, although I do love it. It is very, very good. It's pretty difficult to break this album down into its individual tracks because unless you're sitting down and actually watching the tracks change, it's impossible to tell when they change. Not to mention how many times Nonagon Infinity opens the door. So I'm just going to continue gushing at how good this album sounds for a bit. There are certain points in the track list where they just strip down the instrumentation to its bare bones, and it just sounds so good. It makes you feel like you're relaxed and you can have a second to breathe, and then it just punches you in the face. From insane soundscapes to crazy solos, not to mention the intense percussion solo at the end of Gamma Knife. Being a drummer myself, this album is absolutely fucking fantastic to listen to. The one weak part of this album for me is the song Mr. Beat. This is going to sound like a really weird criticism coming from me, considering how much I gush about the repetition in their music being really actually enjoyable, but this song is just way too repetitive. Again, I love this album, but after about 4 listens, Mr. Beat just kind of wears on me. Which is a shame because there's some clever lyricism on this track. When he says missed a beat, they actually drop an 8th note off of it, so it goes from 7/4 to 13/8, and it's actually really cool. I just personally don't love this song. And while we talk about the lyrics, I should say that we have a mild Gizverse alert. And if you recall our last Gizverse alert, it's because there's a robot mentioned in this album. And according to the Gizverse theory, this could be a reference to our favorite universe-ending robot, Han Tumi. Again, a character that we have yet to officially meet and will meet on day 11. I promise we will talk about him. What's actually here for the lyrics, though, is very serviceable. With some songs about being burnt out from touring too much, to some old-fashioned Satan-worshipping songs, and more songs about how the universe is a machine and being a cycle and being repetitive and happening over and over again. Which really plays into the theme of the album because it's super repetitive. Every song repeats itself over and over again, we get repeated refrains, repeated lyrics. And as I mentioned at the top, if you let the album end and then start it again immediately, it just sounds like it repeats over and over again. So let me know, what's your favorite song on the album? With all that being said, I have been Bird. I hope you've been okay, and join me tomorrow as we continue our journey through Gizzmas 2025 with Day 10 and Flying Microtonal Banana.